Hello, and thank you for watching this regional forecast update for the Canadian Prairie. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. We'll check out temperatures first thing on Wednesday morning, and we are starting to climb out of the basement. The very cold air, the bitterly cold air, is now back rightfully where it belongs, well off to the north, and we're starting to climb above freezing across the ag belt here of the Prairie provinces, anywhere from 0 in the Calgary area here early on Wednesday morning, 2 degrees across portions of southern Alberta into southern Saskatchewan, and then 0 degrees in Winnipeg as well. Not much sunshine to be found here on Wednesday morning. We've got a very strong core of jet stream winds passing over the region, resulting in a lot of cloud cover and a couple opportunities for some accumulating snow across the Prairie as we head through the next 4 days. We'll take a look at the radar picture, and we do have a couple areas of snow ongoing, just some light snow showers beginning to taper off here in the Winnipeg area. We've also got some light snow moving through areas kind of along and north of Calgary to Medicine Hat line here on Wednesday morning as well. And we can take a look at the high-resolution NAM model. We'll again see that snow taper off across southern Manitoba, but we'll continue to see the chance for at least some light snow showers the closer you get to the Rockies across southwest Alberta. We'll see more snow ejecting across the actual Prairie as we get into Wednesday night into Thursday. So heading into the overnight tonight, Wednesday, right around midnight, this will be Thursday at midnight, we'll see some snow showers potentially in the Edmonton area, and then we'll see this quick hitting line of some mixed precipitation or a quick burst of snow moving from west to east across the Prairie here during the day on Thursday. This is what it looks like here sunrise on Thursday morning, and then as we head into midday Thursday, and then this would be things as the sun goes down on Thursday evening. Just some light snow showers anywhere from southeastern Saskatchewan into southern Manitoba. This should be very light in nature, maybe a quick coating of snow as it makes its way through during the day on Thursday. Our next system begins to emerge Thursday night into Friday. Overnight Thursday, we could see some snow begin falling here across portions of central Alberta, from Calgary up to Grand Prairie over to Edmonton. And then as the sun comes up on Friday, we'll see that snow spreading along Highway 16 into central portions of Saskatchewan. We'll take it to midday Friday. This will be Friday afternoon. This would be Friday evening as the sun goes down. Snow along snow along Highway 16 generally from Edmonton down toward north of Brandon, north of Winnipeg. But we could see that snow begin to spread at times into southern portions of Manitoba, getting to you in Brandon and Winnipeg as we get through the overnight hours into very early Saturday morning. This is what it looks like as the sun comes up on Saturday morning. The snow has tapered off. Skies are beginning to clear across Alberta. Snow tapering off across central Saskatchewan. Snow falling pretty heavy across central, south central Manitoba. And again, some of those snow flurries working their way down into the Brandon and Winnipeg area along Highway 1. But as you make your way further off to the south like that, the snow is going to be much lighter in nature. You can see that here with the forecast accumulation. Again, this is just raw output from the model, so just take it as a general guideline here. But certainly expecting the heavier snow to be kind of in the Highway 16 corridor across Alberta, and then kind of along and north of Highway 16 as you make your way into Saskatchewan and Manitoba. But even as you make your way down into southeastern portions of Saskatchewan, Brandon over to Winnipeg in southern Manitoba, it's where you could get a light coating up to maybe 5 centimeters of snow here, where we're expecting much lighter totals to nothing at all would be across southern Alberta, getting into southwestern Saskatchewan. That certainly seems to be the drier spot here as we make your way through the next 4 days. But as we flip it over and look at the total liquid precipitation, you do see there's the opportunity for some trace amounts of some moisture here. Again, that may be just some light showers, some mixed wintry precipitation as these systems make their way through, but certainly the drier spot. Now, we do have a very real warm-up to talk about, a very real but very brief warm-up here across the Prairie. Looking at the next 5 days, our 500 millibar height anomaly, so we're kind of gauging the alignment of the jet stream. So again, this is the next 5 days, taking us through the end of October, and then this would be the first 5 days of November. So as we transition through the rest of this week, we're still watching this trough begin to depart. We've got cool air still coming in, a couple of systems that are going to keep us on the cooler side, but it's going to allow us to warm up as we head deeper into the weekend and early next week, as this trough begins to continue to move off to the east, allowing ridging to build into the region. So here's our warm-up as we head into, again, the end of the weekend into early next week. We've got a couple opportunities for snow to get through between now and then before this warm-up happens. Again, another side effect of this is going to be a bit of a quieter period as far as precipitation goes. So the next 5 days of total snow accumulation on the left, and then the 5 days that follow that, November 1st through the 6th, over on the right. So as we go through the end of this week, again, the chance for some accumulating snow, again, generally north of the ag belt, but still getting the opportunity for a light coating across southeastern portions of Saskatchewan into southwestern Manitoba. But as we start the month of November, quite dry with that warm-up. So a little bit of a quieter and a warmer period here for us in the Prairie provinces, but if I take it out 5 days further, starting to pick up on a pretty strong signal as we get into the other side of the coming week here, that we're going to start resuming troughing across the region. That would be a cold pattern once again across the Canadian Prairie provinces here. So how does this happen? As we put it into motion, instead of looking at it in 5-day segments, we'll bring it back to today. Again, here's what we've got as we get started. The pattern looks a little bit more muted across the region, but we got this big cutoff low down across the southwestern United States. So that's what helped us bring all the cold air into the region. Now again, this trough begins to swing off to the east as we head into the weekend, into early next week. A couple little systems bringing a chance for some accumulating snow again. Generally north of Highway 16, we've covered that. I'm getting redundant with the chance for the snow here over the next 4 days. But here's the ridge. This is what everyone wants to see. This is what shuts down the winter precipitation and helps us thaw out as we head into early next week. This is Monday into Tuesday. And we'll see this linger for maybe 3 to 4 days before, again, we're going to look for things to intensify again across the region. The jet stream should pick back up in activity, and then we're expecting to see another highly amplified solution that leads to some cold air setting up across the Canadian Prairie provinces here. So once again, the pattern, it simply doesn't change. We get some ridging across the region. The warm-up is there. It's certainly not a mirage. But I told you to question the longevity of any of warm-up across the region, because the pattern does dictate cold shots of air making its way down into the prairie. So let's go ahead and take a look at the temperature anomaly forecast that accompanies all that. Again, hovering right around average over the next couple of days with some opportunities for some snow moving through the area. The warm-up really begins in earnest as we get to the other side of the weekend here, Sunday into Monday, and then we'll see it lingering across the region. Here are your dates up at the top left, and here through Tuesday into Wednesday. But then as we get toward the back half of next week, that's when the models are really starting to advertise another push of cold air into the prairie. The precipitation forecast that goes with all of this, stepping through time, again, those opportunities for some light snow across the region. This is as we get started here today. The light snow departing the tail end of this system here as we get through the day across southern Manitoba. The next chance for a quick hitting round of snow kind of along this corridor during the day on Thursday. And then as we get to Friday, into Friday night and Saturday morning, that's when the bigger system makes its way through, again, dropping a swath of snow, generally north of Highway 16, but certainly the opportunity for some light showers, maybe some light snow flurries, making their way into southern Manitoba as we get into the day on Saturday. That is it then. We get this big amplified pattern, one last shot of some cool air, but then we really start to see ridging move its way in, drying us out, taking precipitation well north of the Prairie provinces as we head into early next week. That's your warm-up, but then I'll take it out here into the land of uncertainty, but this is where we're seeing the advertisement of a potentially a return to a very active pattern across the region, the chance for precipitation and colder air coming into the region. So this is something we'll talk more specifically about as we head through our later forecast toward the end of this week into next week, but we can see again the precipitation pattern as I just hit play on the accumulated snowfall loop. We can see our systems track through the region. Here is your time stamp up there so you can pay attention to when the snow is falling. Again, we see that little chance for some snow right through this corridor as we head through the day on Thursday, and then as we get into Friday night and Saturday, we get that next round of snow again off to generally off to the north. But if you live in north central Alberta, north central Saskatchewan into central Manitoba, certainly looking for some snow as we get through the Friday to Saturday period. After that, it is quiet. I'm going to take it through. This is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we're snow-free there, nothing to worry about. We're doing our warm-up as we head through much of the work week next week. And then I'm going to do something I may regret here and just take it a step further, but just show you, it does look like that window slams shut as we get toward the end of next week into next weekend. So we'll leave it at that. We'll look at the temperature forecast here before I let you go. We do see the warm up as we head into the end of the week, into the weekend. Temperature's actually quite nice. 10 degrees, 13 degrees for the high Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. The doors slam shut though. We go plummeting back into a cold pattern across the prairie as we get on the other side of November 4th, 5th, and 6th. Edmonton, here's your warm up, the cool down on the back side of that. Saskatoon, here is Regina. And then same thing in Winnipeg. Across the board, we do see a very real warm-up, very brief warm-up, with a cool down expected on the backside. Have a great Wednesday. I'll talk to you once again on Friday morning.